What's this? Is Shannon wearing a tiara? Yes, she is. I won last week. Thank you so much for voting for my card, which was season 3, episode 5 of the Great American Stampin' Show. And you have landed on episode 6, where we are doing one card sketch a week and bringing our best, and you get to vote and decide. So here's my card from last week. One more look at that. Whoop, there we go. A little better light right there. I said in my video that it was one of my favorite cards that I've ever made. It must have been one of your favorites too. Well, at least your favorite from last week, because you voted for it by liking the video. And so I got to wear the tiara this week. So thank you for that. And thanks for joining me this week. I've got another card sketch to show you, and I'm pretty excited once again to show you all the different products that I'm going to be showing. Should we get started? Let's go for it. Page 22 of the annual catalog is where we find all of the card sketches that we are featuring this season. So there was episode 5 that I just showed you, my Christmas card that won, and now we're moving on to episode 6. Boy, I tell you, I feel like there's a lot going on both of those templates. So another challenge to figure it out and find a card that is awesome. Make a card that is awesome is more like it. So here's the little sketch that I've done. I'm doing this each time to help you be able to follow along if you want to. So I just kind of make my own sketch that's a full-size card, and cut out all the pieces and share those measurements with you so that you can make them easily yourself. So here's the card, 4.25 by 5.5. And then there are 3 of these pieces that I've identified as 2.5 by 1 3/4. So all 3 of these squares are the same size. They just overlap a little bit. So you can kind of see how they're layered together. So this one's these two are, they're just slightly offset to be very appealing to the eye. And then there's a circle element right there. And that one, I think you could pick whatever size circle you want. So I'll show you what I've picked. So what product am I going to be using? Well, I'm going to use the Winterly Treetops stamp set and the Nests of Winter Designer Series paper. These papers are so beautiful. The front side has birds on most of them. Lots of different sizes of birds. Medium ones, teeny tiny ones. And then the back has all of these really beautiful patterns. I'll display this out so you can see some of these. I love every single page of this Designer Series paper. I wish I could use every single page. But you know what? When I was looking at that template, I'm going to bring the template back in here. My first thought was, I'm just going to do Designer Series paper with these. But I thought, you know what? I bet that's what all of my competitors will be doing. So instead, I'm going to do something else, something that wasn't so obvious to me. Now, sometimes I've gone with that method and it hasn't really worked out. So we will see. That's what makes the greatest Stampin' contest on YouTube, this one, the one you're watching, is because you just never really know. We don't know. We all launch our videos and then watch them with you and see what our competitors have been doing. So Julie, Jody, and Brandy, those are my competitors. The links to their videos are in the description. So give them a watch and then vote for the one that you like best. That's the idea. Okay, so here's this stamp set. I'll give you one more look at that. It's a really awesome one. I'm going to just use probably just a greeting and this little piece right here. I don't know if those are supposed to be rosebuds or they kind of look like cotton plant or something. I'm not really sure. I'm not really good with plants, to be honest. But I am going to use this piece of Designer Series paper. I'm going to just take 3 of the birds and cut them out. So I think you could do this with smaller circle punches, but I'm going to go all in and I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm going to cut around every single one of them. Fussy cutting isn't really my thing either, but I think they kind of deserve that sort of honor of being cut out. Okay, that's done. Now I've got these 3 little birds, and they're going to be a really important part of my card, but I'm going to put them aside right now while I work on the rest of the card. So I've got a Night of Navy card base, and these colors are part of the color scheme of the Designer Series paper. This is basic beige. It's actually not part of it, but everything else is. Okay, this is just a little bit of water, and I'm just spritzing it to kind of like help me in my effort here without tearing the paper too much. Just to give this a little bit of texture. There we go. So this is going to be kind of the background piece. So roll a few of these up. Okay, when that dries, I'm going to put it down on my Night of Navy cards. We'll just set it there for a minute. And then for my 3 small pieces, I cut out Cherry Cobbler, Garden Green, and again, Night of Navy. And these are all colors that are in the Designer Series paper color scheme. Take a look at this embossing folder. This is new, also in the new mini, and it's called Forever Plaid. I like that name because I think that's a play or a song or something. So I'm just going to lay these in Forever Plaid, and they don't actually have to be exactly like when I lay them on the card. That happened accidentally. Let's just line them up. I don't know. I don't think it really matters, but I'm going to put them through the Stamp Custom Emboss machine, and then they'll be ready for the card. I attached the basic beige to the Night of Navy with some Seal Plus, and now I've got these 3 gorgeous pieces. These look awesome. Let's see, I'm thinking Night of Navy at the top, then Cherry Cobbler, and then Garden Green down here. And so that's kind of going to be my organization there. And I will just attach those, I don't know, there's lots of, probably attach those with liquid glue in just a minute. But for now, I want to focus on the circle. So if I layer these similar to what the template looks like, they're going to be a little bit like that. So the Garden Green one is this way a little bit from the Night of Navy. And then my circle is going to go right here. So this is looking pretty good. I've said at first that there's a lot going on, but because I've used mostly solid colors right now, it just looks pretty, I don't know, pretty uniform. But I still got lots to add. I don't know. I have been known to not really know when to say when on cards. I don't know. This might be one of them. You can tell me if that's the case. All right. This greeting is going to go right here on this. Oh, is that the right way? Nope, this is the right way. I cut out a circle from the Stylish Shapes dies. And again in basic beige, sending thanks and much love. Ooh, that looks so cute. But there's this little one there that I pointed out before, this little plant. So I'm going to just do a tone on tone with basic beige and just kind of put this over to the side to add just a little something extra so it's not so plain. Okay, we are cruising right along. This is amazing. Let's see, what do we have left? Where are my birds? That is really what we have left. So I've got my circle, and I can't stick that down now, even though it's ready, because I've got to stick these down first. This is looking excellent. The template is exact. I'm very proud of that so far. Let me bring the template back in so you can see how perfectly it matches. Woo, good job, Shannon. And one thing I'm finding kind of interesting is, even though I'm using the color scheme that is in the Designer Series paper, this looks totally different from the Designer Series paper, which I really like. I think that's a good sign because it shows how versatile the product is. So here are my 3 little birds, and this one at the top is my favorite, so I think that's why I'm putting it at the top, so maybe that's the first one you'll see. I don't know, maybe that's the first one you'll see there. No, that feels too, that bird's so much bigger. I feel like this one should be at the top. So I'm just going to layer those like that. They've got a dimensional on them already, so just kind of put them how they look natural, I suppose. And the last thing we need to do is embellish. So for embellishments, I've got a couple of tricks up my sleeve. Oh, that is looking adorable, isn't it? It's looking like very masculine. I don't know, now that I've added those birds, maybe not so masculine. So every good Christmas card needs some good ribbon, and this is another new ribbon, cherry cobbler and gold satin ribbon. This stuff is awesome. It's really soft and beautiful. In fact, I did a little video last week, my 5 favorite things from the new mini catalog, and this was one of them. Well, it was actually the ribbons in the catalog, and so I showed this ribbon. So if you want to see what my other favorites are, go find that on in my videos on this channel. And while I'm thinking of it, if you want to see the video from last week, that's here too. There's a playlist for the Great American Stampin' Show to make it easier for you, so you can check that out. Okay, and do a little bow here, trying to keep all of my sides straight and stuff. Ooh. I said that right as I got all crooked. Okay, there we go. That's looking good. Okay, fun. Now, the last thing that I want to do, other than cut my ribbon so it's not still attached, is add a couple of gems. Okay, I think that's a little high. I'm going to move that bow down a little bit lower. I'll do that in a minute. Gems. Here's these some more new product. Pecan pie and clear ribboned adhesive back dots. Ribboned. Why is it called ribboned? Well, if you look at them really close, you can see like little ribbons back there. I'm going to use these pecan pie ones here. There's no pecan pie here, but I feel like well, maybe that is a little bit right there, but I felt like these would match perfectly, so I wanted to try them. So there's 2 different sizes, and I'll just kind of layer those on here. I don't know, I haven't premeditated where to put all of these beautiful dots. What now? Well, that card turned out super cute. I am pleased with the way that looks. I love the way those birds look. They're just kind of like separate but together with the 3 distinct blocks. But before I say goodbye, I want to try one more thing. I've got an envelope, and this is the big die that is in the die set. So I'm going to do a little bit of ink blending. So what this is meant for is when you cut it out, it can make an awesome card background. Holy cow. See, it could be awesome like that. But I felt like it was too much for this card. Like I just did not want to even go there. So what I'm going to do instead is dress up an envelope. I love it so much when I receive cards in the mail that have been dressed up, but I don't often take the time to do that. So today I'm going to take the time. So I've got garden green and a blending brush and a white envelope, and I'm just going to do a couple of rounds of this and add green to it, a couple different layers. Stop it. How cool is that? I shocked myself. And does that make the perfect envelope to go along with this card? I love it. I'm super pleased. Now this is going to be, I need to do the back too, but anyway, you get the idea. Imagine getting this in the mail. I got to write the name right there, send this out, sending thanks and much love. You know, I was intending it to be a Christmas card, and it definitely is, but it's a thanks card too. So it could be thanks for Christmas presents, or even thanks for the holiday season leading up to it. Thanks so much for watching. If you like my video, thumbs up. And we'll see you next week.